This is a bit of an intro into Fusion 360, and as you can see, what we're going to do is we're going to create your Year 7 wooden storage box, and then we're going to add either Memphis or Art Deco as a design style decal, it's called, around the outside. So you should have logged on, you should have opened up Fusion 360. So we are going to start with a new file, new design. You create a sketch by clicking on the create sketch button, and these are our 3 planes. We're going to select the one at the bottom because that's the ground, and we are going to add a new sketch rectangle 2 point. Now just draw a square, click and drag and draw a square. Now if I just type in 100, then hit the Alt key or the Tab key and hit 100 again and hit enter, that gives me a square, okay, of 100 mil either side. What we're going to do now is we are going to extrude this square, so we can either press the E key, or up here there is the actual extrude button. Click on the surface that we want to extrude, which is that one, and I'm going to type in 100, or you could have just clicked and pulled this up, okay, but because I know I want it to be 100, I'm just going to make it a cube. Actually, change that. I am going to extrude up to 65, not 100, apologies. Okay, so there's my box. But we all know that our storage unit we made is hollow. So a little top tip for that is to hold the right mouse click down and go to shell. Now the thickness of this is 12 mil, so I'm going to hit enter. And what we can do is we can actually see our box. Now, I think we should turn it into wood now. So we'll go up to model and hold down model if it lets me, and go to render. Now this is a really cool place where we go to actually render what our actual sides look like, what material it's going to be. This beach ball thing is the appearance. If we click on that, it will open up another window. And if we scroll down and find wood, unfinished, and I might just drag and drop this pine on there. So I think that looks quite cool. Hit render and go back to your model. Now it doesn't really look like our box yet because it has, and by the way, if you come up here, if you just wait till it highlights an area, you can go to the top, to the front, to the sides, or if you just wait and click on it to the right or to the left, you can actually click and drag, or if you want to reset it again, just hit the home button. And to zoom out on your mouse, you'll have a rollable, or if you're on a trackpad, you just need to squeeze your fingers together on the trackpad to make it zoom in or zoom out. There you go. So look, well, let's add the T piece at the back now. So if you click on it so that it highlights and create a sketch, I want to use the line tool, and I'm just going to move that out of the way. Click on the corner and go out. Now what Fusion does is it either snaps so it's straight, or what you can do is hold the shift key down, which is the triangle, which is the one above the function key, and hit the green arrow, and then same again on this side. Here we go. So that's now taken my line across, and I know that that's going to be fine, but we've got these lines that are hanging over. So if I hit the T tool, that will give me it's called a trim, and I can actually turn it, go red, and then click on it. So that gets rid of it. But now we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to extrude up a little bit higher, and I think it's about 35, well, let's say 30 mil, and hit enter. Now I want the T piece to have longer arms, so from this bit I want it to come out a little bit further. So again, I'm going to click on the side I want to add a sketch, create the sketch by clicking on the line tool. And these are all just points that will allow me to extrude. So let's go down to that little green tick to say I've finished with that now. If I'm going to zoom in a bit, hit the T tool to trim, get rid of that, and then come up here to extrude, click on that bit that I want to extrude. Now, interestingly, I know I want to be about 25 mil, I think. Let's just check when I hit the home button. Yes, 25 mil is totally fine. And clearly we want to do that on the other side. So we can just click and drag, click on this side, and we're going to create another line. And then I want to click on that one because I know I want to extrude it, and I think I did it 25 mil, which is great. Click to the home button. Yes, that's fine. Now, some of us have curved our shape, and this looks a little bit thin compared to what we've actually made. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to hit extrude, pull it out a little bit further just by eye, and that looks about right, and hit OK. Now, let's just go to the home button. On our actual final design, some of us curved these edges. Now, I think that's what we'll do. So if you hit the F key, you bring up the fillet tool. And if you click on an edge, it will ask you how much you want to take off. Now let me just show you what it does. So if I hit in 10, see it rounds off that corner, which is exactly what we want. So I'm going to hit that. You can either click on the line and hit the F tool, or hit the F tool and then the line. I'd like to round off these corners at the front, so I click on the line and hit F, and I don't want that to be 10, I might want that to be, oh no, I want that to be 5 mil is fine. And I'm going to hit the F tool and click on that line and 5. And that is it, that is us done. The only thing that I want to do now though is to add a design to it. So if we go to model, render, and then there's a button in there that says decal. Click on the decal, this window pops up, select your image, and I just found one online before, hit open, and what it does is it should wrap on it and hit OK. Now, if I double click this, if I go up to decal and just say I want to edit the decal, we should be able to scale it up by changing a few things. Here we go. So let's go 5 by 5. And it's just a case of just playing with some of these settings. That looks quite cool. Until we actually get the desired look. I think I quite liked it. It's sort of, no, let's go 1. What does 1 give me? 1 and 1. Let's try OK. That's quite cool. And then what we can do is, there is a render button. Now I don't know how long mine will take, but let's just change some settings. So scene settings is the light. If we change the color from grey to white and hit OK, that changes the background, which is quite nice, and hit close. And then I'm going to hit in canvas render. And let's just see how long that takes in a second. So I'll just pause this and I'll come back to it when it's finished. And what you get is lots of light bouncing off it, so it will take quite a while. So I'll pause the recording. Okay, so it's taken a while, but that is the final render. To be fair, I think I really prefer the other one that I did, that I showed you before. But, you know, it is what it is. What we can do now is we can screen grab that. So on your PCs, you've got, I think it's Control, Print Screen, open up a Word document, Control, Paste, or Copy and Paste. I'm not sure how you do it in Word. But what I want to do now is go model and produce a drawing from this design. So if we go, and we can put this drawing on the back of your actual booklet, which will look amazing. Change it if it's not already. Let's go A4 and just hit OK. And then that will launch us into the drawing mode of Fusion 360, and we can do like a first angle orthographic drawing, which will be brilliant and really important. So you can see you've got a nice big space. If we choose to put it up here, and then we'll do a projected view from down here, and then can you see it actually gives us some options, and if basically wherever we hold our mouse and drag it up, it will give us that angle, which is great. And then if you, and then I'm done, but if you then come out to output PDF and hit OK, name it something like Year 7 storage and save it in your shared area and hit save, what that does is that actually saves an orthographic view of our design. So if we double click that, here we go, and that looks quality, I think. If we print that as well, or postbox it to me, that'll be great. And we can stick that in your book, and that's just another string to your bow about producing using Fusion 360, which is an amazing CAD package, for year 9, year 10, year 11.